Now in the brutal beating of a store owner and his wife, bringing the 3-month-long investigation to a close.
The Travelers Rest couple, as you might remember, was attacked and robbed by men wearing masks. And tonight we're able to hear from the family about how they're taking these new developments.
That's right. 7 News reporter Kirsten Glavin has been following this case since it happened, and she's here live at 7 on Main to explain all these new details. Kirsten.
These last 2 arrests were made yesterday afternoon in Florida, bringing the grand total of arrests in this case to 8. Now the Willis' daughter, Chandra, is talking to us for the first time on camera about how her parents are doing after they were robbed, beaten, and shot in their own home.
We want to be a good example.
While visiting her mother in the hospital, it was a phone call that changed everything for Chandra Willis Casa.
She just held her hands up in the air, pointing towards God, saying thank you.
The news the Willis family had been waiting for.
This is definitely almost a Christmas present to know that these men are behind bars. Never a Christmas present that I would have asked for before September 25th.
The Greenville County Sheriff's Office announcing Tuesday that 2 final suspects have been arrested for the heinous crime that left her parents clinging to life. 19-year-old Jack Foreman IV and 22-year-old DeJuan Young taken into custody in Palm Beach County, Florida.
And that's really what it takes, is a team effort to solve a crime like this where there's very little evidence.
Investigators say out of the 8 people arrested, Jermaine Williams was the reason several men traveled up from Florida to commit the crime. They say the others were acquaintances that Williams knew from growing up down there. And their motive, robbing the couple of cash.
All the information that we have points that they specifically came up here just to commit the crime against Mr. and Mrs. Willis.
The key to solving the case, several suspects' DNA found on an article of clothing left by Warren Willis's burned car in a field. Both Warren and Ann Willis were found brutally beaten in September after an attack at the W.E. Willis store and at their home. With no more known suspects out there, Chandra says her family can begin to heal.
It almost feels like we've turned a switch or turned a curb and we're able to get back and focus on living our life. I knew eventually that they would have all of these guys behind bars, but we just didn't know how long it would take.
Foreman and Young are both awaiting extradition from Florida to South Carolina.
Well, here's the big question. A lot of people have been praying for Mrs. Willis and, of course, Mr. Willis, too, but especially with her being hospitalized. Is she still in the hospital? How's she doing?
Yeah, she is still in the hospital at this point. She did undergo surgery and she is there now, still recovering, but I'm told she is doing a lot better. Obviously, the emotional journey after something like this is something that's going to take a while for them to heal from. That's what Chandra was telling us. But overall, they're trying to stay positive and they are on the right track.
All right, Kirsten, thanks for the update.